Yay.
So, I didn't have time to listen to the previous session. I know that you all have received the Dragon Rose from Feybrand. You have found out about Marta's mansion. And we have verified that you have 8 petals, instant death. You can't cook it into a tea or anything.
Only use
So
them once.
you can only use them once. I don't remember who's carrying it, but you have those. And I do believe we were leaving Fabrin's. You've already hit the general store. We know that there are some ruffians about, and we know about Marta's mansion.
And the people guarding it.
Yeah.
So where do you all want to go?
I think the last thing we talked about was maybe going to see about some ruffians
True.
in the place that they hang out.
Well, we were having a discussion too that we might just see this lady, this shady lady, and trick her into hiring us to be her security by undercutting the pay on her guards that are to see if we can weasel our way into her house, figure out what she knows about the swords and other stuff. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about that too.
Were you going to say something, Umbra?
I just said, yeah. So I guess we need to go bust some skulls.
Well, we're on the clock because we need to get at least some kind of something done. So our
Because the
benefactor
flower
is
doesn't. Because the flower has an
satisfied.
expiration, right?
Yeah.
The flowers have an expiration? The petals?
I think I said 2 months, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So like it's for what you're doing, it will last. But if you put it off and don't use a couple, like they're gonna wither and die.
Where do I see the chat?
In your Discord at the top, click the general with the hashtag next to it. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, because there's a flower. And.
And there's John Daly.
Here's the map. Okay. So where are we? How are we doing this, guys?
Do we want to go maybe crack some heads to prove that we're capable?
Right.
Because
Sounds
I
good.
think that was the whole thing we were getting at. Because maybe we go to the place where the ruffians hang out, bust some ruffians up, and then after that we approach.
Can have bear traps.
Yeah, and then we approach the madam.
Yeah. What is her name?
Marta, right?
Marta.
Marta.
Marta. Marta.
Mother. Mother. Okay. So where are we? We're at.
We were at the guy with the deadly plants.
You were,
I think we're our.
You were at
Yeah, we were.
greenhouse is where you were.
We're at the green.
And we were heading to where the ruffians were to bust in some skulls.
Yeah. Okay.
Sounds so enthusiastic.
And they hang out at the bar. What's the bar called?
Bart's Booze.
Bart's Booze.
Who's Bart?
The one with the booze.
The owner of the establishment, obviously.
I figured it'd be someone like named.
It's like, hey, welcome to Bart's Booze. I made this place. My name's Tyler.
We're gonna add a house on the end of that. It's Bart's Booze house.
Exactly.
No, it's just
Bart's Booze sounds like a liquor store.
It is a liquor store if you want to look at it.
House of Booze.
It is a place that sells liquor. Bart's Booze. And what
Okay.
did I give the ruffians a specific name, T?
I wish I had 4 hands so I could give them.
Oh,
5
they
ounces.
weren't. We already beat up those Red Brand guys. They're
Yeah,
just
those are
no,
different.
No, we've got
That was before the portal.
right. Okay. So these guys, they have to be. They have to have.
Yeah, these are the rockiest ruffians. The raucous ruffians, rather.
No. All right, that's
Yeah,
actually that's
Yeah,
what
that
is
was
it.
it.
The Raucous
Rockiest
Ruffians.
Rock.
Not rockiest, it's raucous. Sorry.
Yeah.
the raucous ruffians. Yes.
Yeah.
The Rascals of Rakowski.
So,
It's like what bandits like the ours.
okay.
I know. It's like
So-
pirate talk.
The party exits Fabrin's greenhouse, which is at the north of Tarim. And you make your way through town. You've already hit the general store and the blacksmith, I do believe. And you see Bart's Booze. He has a big sign, and the sign is an image of a goblin vomiting. You make your way
Bart's Bad Booze.
there. 2 gentlemen outside tussling. It's a little bit muddy, and they're just kind of rolling around like fighting, clearly smashed out of their gourd. And you make your way to the door, and you open the door, and you see inside a rectangular bar, roughly 20 feet in length. Like 7 or 8 tables. Picture a park bar is pretty much what it is.
Okay.
And I'd say there's probably like 10 to 15 people in there. 5 or 6 sitting at the bar. A couple families eating. And the Raucous Ruffians have a specific symbol embroidered on their shoulder. So they've usually got a little bit of chainmail, and then their undershirt, they have a patch, and it's red and black. And it's a capital R with a capital K and a solid red line through the middle, outlined in black. And you see 1 table of Raucous Ruffians, 3 of them, and a separate one that's not with them sitting at the bar. And that's all you have on the inside from them.
What? Huh?
What?
Did you miss everything Sal said?
We're in the bar. They've got an insignia thing on their shoulder, a patch,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
And there's a family eating.
You just had it coming down to your computer, your head, so you could hear it.
Yeah, I could.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so just start a fight.
Who's feeling frisky?
Okay.
Are, wait, are
I'll
you
dra-
saying that sidebar or just out loud after you walk in?
This is sidebar. We're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know, like
No,
hushed
he said-
tones.
So the doors to the door,
Kick the door open. Let's start a fight.
The doors to Bart's Booze are saloon doors. So I'm wondering if Reggie just like punched through the saloon doors, like, who's feeling frisky?
All
He'd
right.
be the best one to do it.
Catclaw,
Hmm?
the brawny.
At Glower,
Maybe you should lead the way on this.
I'm looking around the bar.
So you don't want to talk to anybody? You're just gonna come in and start swinging?
All right, so let's all sidle up to the bar.
Yeah, let's.
Let's split. We're gonna split. And on one side will be me and Theowolf, and on the other side will be Cat Claw and Umbra. And we're gonna split in the middle, and then we're gonna come up to the bar uncomfortably close to the single red ruffian.
Wait, all 4 of you?
Yeah, we're just gonna go up to the bar, and then we're just gonna kind of put him in between us, and just go up for.
So the 4 of
Not
you,
socially distancing,
you
okay.
enter Bart's Booze and take a little peek around and notice what I outlined for you, and you make your way up to the open seats at the bar. 2 on one side, 2 on the other side of somebody that is obviously a ruffian, and sit down next to him. And
No, we're not sitting.
you're not.
We're literally getting ready to engage in fisticuffs. It's better to start that
Oh,
not from
so
a
you
seated
are just
position.
coming in hot.
Well, no, right now we're just gonna come and piss this dude off. That's what we're
We're
doing.
just
Okay. So I'm sorry.
So when we sidle up to the bar, it's gonna be like this.
Yeah,
Essentially,
I
it's
can't
very-
wait. Okay, so the 4 of you make your way up. Each of you scooting the seats, the bar stools, like to the side
Yeah.
as you get close to the bar. As Reggie just described it, putting your arms on the bar. Who's uncomfortably close to him? Cat Claw and you.
And me, yes.
Cat
So
Claw
we are
and-
on the left, and Cat Claw is on the right.
Okay.
And then to my left is Theowolf, and to Cat Claw's right is Umbra. Does that sound fair?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you saddle up and are touching. And as this happens, he rests his mug on the bar, looks to his left and looks to his right, and goes, "Can I help you?"
With like
okay. My turn.
penicillin? This guy's
Like,
Okay,
does he-
so while they're on either side, so his arms are pinned.
Yep.
I come around behind him, and I grab his underwear at the top of his pants, and I give him a giant wedgie.
Okay, I need you right now to roll me. Hang on. Roll me an intimidation check.
That's a 16. Let me see what I add on to that.
It's your charisma modifier, or if you're looking at your D&D Beyond, it's actually under intimidation.
Yeah. Okay, my
It's-
intimidation is a +1, so it's,
It's
17.
a 20 plus 1.
What
Yeah.
did you get?
Yeah, he rolled a 16, so 7.
A 16.
A 17.
Yeah.
So after he's hacked and can I help you? Theowolf makes his way up behind him, and he just sees the top of the Hanes like sticking out of his waistline, grabs a hold of it and just starts to pull on it. Is and takes 1 damage of wedgie damage.
That's painful.
He's less than pleased as you let go of his underwear, but he understands he's in a
Pickle?
tight situation.
You tied it down as well.
Yeah.
Well, we intend to make this a brief counter.
I would also like to point out
Basically
that,
messing with his tidy whities.
We're gonna see if these guys are any kind of boxers.
I would also like to point out that the other 3 raucous ruffians at the table, catty corner, definitely watched all of this happen and have stood up.
Got it.
Nice.
Laughing?
No.
So
All
they're
right.
eyeballing Theo. Because he's the one that did that.
Well, I mean, they see all of you. You all came in together.
Yeah.
You walked up to this poor guy at the bar, and then Theowolf just gave him a wedgie.
Okay.
He's a
Unannounced.
guy.
So, do you have anything to add to the conversation? Cat Claw?
Oh, I just looked at him and said, "Are you all right?"
He's not okay. He's between a wedge and a tight place.
Well, yeah, but she said that out loud to him.
Yeah, I asked him, "Are you all right?"
He's like putting his hand at his lower back, like working his undies back into his pants. Do I look all right?
And then I just kind of put my hand on his shoulder from the other side and I say, "Do we have a problem?"
Roll me a dexterity check.
To put my hand on his shoulder?
Yes. Roll me a dexterity.
Okay.
Are you dexterous enough to put your hand on this shoulder?
14.
He immediately looks at you and full on slaps you with his gauntleted arm, and you take 2 damage.
Ho ho. Wait, that should be a dexterity saving throw, not a dexterity check, right?
I mean, either or.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, well, no, because one's more.
You're taking
So it
a
would've been
smack
a-
no matter what.
Okay, so 17 doesn't do it.
You could roll a nat 20. You're still getting smacked.
That is not. What's the point of the rolling? Just tell us what happens.
Because it's funny. So he smacks you. The other 3 guys get up in arms, and I need an initiative check from all of you.
Which one is that? 20?
Yep.
20 plus your. Oof.
15.
I got an 11.
12 for me.
So far, Tears got.
Wait, so it was 15, 12, 11, 9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What was yours?
The 9.
Hang on. I'd go get my die.
Cat Claw was 12 or 11?
No.
I was 12.
I had 11.
Okay.
You
So
got 12,
15 Umbra, 12 Theowolf, 11 Cat
me.
Claw, 9.
Hang on. Umbra 15.
Theowolf 12.
Okay.
Cat Claw 11.
Okay.
Reggie 9.
In other words, we're not very initiative.
Okay. So the way this is set up, you all have saddled against this poor wedgied man. You have 3 ruffians roughly 15 feet away from you that have stood up from their table looking at you. And
The actively moving towards us.
yeah, and the order of initiative is Umbra, Theo, Cat, Ruffians, Reggie. So it is your action, Umbra.
I know shanking the guy would probably be the best way to go, but it's so tempting to set a chair on fire and fling it at the other guy's face.
We might want to
Do you have the means to set a chair
Not-
on fire?
completely destroy the bar because the bar owner's probably not a bad guy.
I
gonna say
forgot. I
tempting.
forgot to mention. There's this like 130-year-old guy behind the bar. He has white hair down to his shoulder blades. Very elongated nose, Jewish, and he's clearly Bart, and he's less than pleased with the commotion that you all have instigated.
Is he tough? Is he weak? What can you
As
tell us
far as you all
about this
are
lady?
concerned, he is basically invincible. He won't join the ruckus, but you cannot hurt Bart.
Well, I don't want to hurt him. I just didn't know if he was going to be able to hurt us.
Yeah, he won't. He won't attack. He might try to charge you, depending on how much damage you do, but he will not join the altercation.
So we need to fight clean and not damage anything other than the ref.
But yeah, as much as possible. Keep the bar nice and tidy.
But I mean, think old Western Saloon. Like you can definitely throw some tables and chairs.
Okay, Amber, what's it gonna be?
I know shanking's probably the best way to go.
Oh well, Stabby is your sauce.
Was your name Umbra or is it Stabby McStabface? I can't remember.
It's Umbra stabbing McStab face.
Oh, okay. Well,
Umbra's my
Stabby
first name.
McStabface, would you like to stab?
Stabby is the middle
Yes.
name. Mixed Ab Face is the last name.
I assume that
And
you're
what-
looking at your sheet here, so you know what to
Yep.
do. Roll me a hit.
That would be a 16.
16 hits. Roll me damage. And
Which
this
it-
is the guy that you all are next to that you're stabbing, correct?
Okay. Which one? Yeah. Which one's damage?
It's the
Yeah.
what are you attacking with, your dagger or your rapier?
The dagger. It's close quarter, so the smaller blade is better.
So it's 1d4 plus 1. So you roll a d4 and then add 1 to whatever it is.
So I rolled a 4, so 5.
Okay. With everything going on, this man freshly getting his hands back into his pants. The other ruffians onlooking, clearly about to pounce. Umbra's like, "Hey guy, what's up?" And he makes eye contact and says, "What do you want?" And she just stabs him in the side, hitting him for 5 damage.
It's like, I'm a little bit crazy.
He's not bloody, but he's not happy about it.
Are we incapacitating or really, really incapacitating these people?
I would say permanently incapacitating.
Okay, so
Yeah,
we're making them very, very incapacitated. Okay.
Yep, we will eradicate them from the earth or
Okay.
whatever place we're at. Okay, we moving on. It's to me now.
Yeah. So
in the row.
it's Umbra
Okay, so
to
I'm-
Theowolf.
Okay, so I'm looking across and seeing these three guys at the table, and I whip out Jim's magic missile,
Oh
and
my
I
God.
shoot 3 twisting, whistling, hypoallergenic, gluten-free darts of
What?
magical
They're
force.
hypoallergenic?
We've been over this before.
So each dart targets a creature of my choice, which I choose all 3 of them. They're all within my range. So I make a ranged spell attack for each missile. On a hit, a missile deals 2d4 force damage to its target.
Okay, so I need you to roll me a d20 for each of the 3. And we'll do them in order. So roll a d20 for the first one.
Oh, that's not good. That's a 3 plus what? 3 plus 5 is 8. Yeah.
As he
I got that.
conjures these magical missiles, the first one shoots towards the 3 gentlemen standing by the table and veers violently off to the left, hitting the wall and fracturing the trim. Second man.
Oh, it's a 20 plus 5.
Is it a straight up 20?
Yeah.
That's a critical hit. So if you roll a 1 or a 20, they're called natural 1, natural 20, and it's a crit either way. So you just
Awesome.
rolled a crit, so your missile deals 2d4. So you roll 2d4 and then double it.
Okay, that's the little pyramid dice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the
It's
first
the
one.
one with 4 sides.
The first one is an 8. Or wait, is it a 3?
Yeah,
First one is a 3.
Okay, somebody needs to keep an eye on him.
The second
He's like, I
one
just rolled my
is-
first d4. It's an 8.
The second one is the 3. That's 2 3s.
Yeah.
That was
So you
it,
got-
right?
So you got
12.
14 or 8. Was it 8 or what? What was the first?
No. It was
Are you
2 3s.
listening? It's 2 3s.
2 3s.
2 3s. Do you have any modifier on it, or is the damage just 2d4s?
2 D4s.
And
Okay.
then whatever he did, he doubles it.
Yeah,
So 12.
like we said, 12. Yep. That's what we said.
The second missile, and this is all happening instantaneously. We're just playing it out like slow motion. The second missile that jettisons from your hands snakes towards the ruffian in the middle and makes a cling connection in the middle of his face. And you watch his skin melt backwards, revealing part of his skull before he collapses to the ground.
And I will inform the onlooking crowd there's no allergic reaction related to this. It's gluten free, so he didn't die of allergies. And yeah, okay.
You still have the third guy. You have to see if you hit.
Third guy.
There's one gentleman over in the corner, and he's like, "Oh no, man! It looked like he was allergic to that missile that just hit him in the face."
Is that dude? Does he look dead?
The dude in the corner, or the dude that has his skull showing because his face melted off?
No, the dude in the corner. Does he look dead? After he yelled out to us?
No,
Does he look like a
doesn't
dead body?
look dead at
Okay.
all.
Of
Okay.
course, the dude that just got skulled.
Yeah,
That dude.
So you're asking me if the guy that got his face melted off and all you can see is his skull, if he looks like he's dead?
Okay, yeah, because the first time you said you could see parts of his skull.
No,
I
no,
said he got his
he's
face melted off.
Okay, so he's dead. Okay.
yeah. That's incompatible with life.
All right, roll
Okay.
another d20,
Third-
dude.
A third
means they have 12 hit
green
points.
twisting bolt of hypoallergenic gluten free dardiness strike. And it is a 9.5. That's a 14.
Ooh, okay, roll me damage.
That's a pyramid.
Mm-hmm. Roll me 2d4. All right, that's 27 damage. What?
He keeps on getting numbers that are higher than possible, so I'm getting curious.
First is a 3. First is a 3. Rolling. Second is a 1. So it's a 4 plus.
So as
What?
these missiles
Five.
that were so special, because Jim knows what he's doing, have exited your hand, gentleman number 1 got his face melted off, or 2 got his face melted off. Gentleman number 1 kind of leaned to the side as the bolt hit the wall. And gentleman number 3 was also quick on his feet, dodging to the side as the bolt hits the window, blasting out the main window of the bar.
Wait, so it missed?
Why would he roll for damage if
Yeah.
it missed?
Why did he roll for damage?
That or
14.
oh, sorry,
Yeah, we got a
sorry,
14. Yep.
Focus.
Come on, get with it. Get with it.
I've got multiple characters I'm thinking about here. So the third guy like glances to the side and the bolt catches him in the arm. As you see the chainmail on his arm, almost white hot, like starts to burn his arm. He's like, leaning down and grasps his arm, like patting it, trying to disperse the heat. And now it's Cat Claw's turn.
Okay. And how far away are they?
15 feet.
Yeah, they're all within 15 feet.
Sorry.
The guy right
Okay, let
next
me
to
get
you
the
is
laundry because
immediate
my dryer's not
vicinity.
drying. Okay. Oh, we haven't killed the guy right now.
No, we just stabbed him a little bit.
A little
Yeah,
bit.
Umbra made
Yeah.
it very apparent that she doesn't like him being
Little
among the
poke.
living.
A little poke.
But he's still alive.
I
Yeah.
don't kill innocent people, but if they're ruffians, I
he-
have no problem with that.
He's not bloody, but he's not happy.
Like, if I was tall enough, I would do a flying leap and stab him in the top of the head.
I'd be very worried. He's not bloody, but he's also extremely happy. Doesn't make any sense. You just got stabbed.
He smiles at you wildly and reveals that he is Kilgorn, the super secret boss, and immediately kills all of you.
No, he doesn't.
No, yes.
Veto. Veto that storyline.
This isn't a democracy. But no.
This is a
it's
legend. In his
He's
own
got
mind.
a dagger, like, stab side on his thing, on his left
He's
side.
been wedgied.
He's been wedgied, and all he was trying to do was drink a beer after a long day's work. You don't know this, but he has a wife and 2 kids.
But he's also murdering and hurting innocent people.
He's
Yeah,
not.
that's
He
right.
usually stands to the side. In general, he's a decent person.
You didn't tell us that.
No,
What is he's
so-
a ruffian?
So then why is he in a ruffian gang if he's a
Yeah.
decent person?
We're not
Because he
worried
had
about
2
this. We're
kids
just worried
way
about
too
beating him up.
early, and he
We're
has
just
to try
worried
to
about beating
support
him
his
up. We're just
family.
worried about beating him
Yeah.
up. We're just worried
Yep.
about beating him up.
There
We
we
care
go.
about his family. F his family.
No, she made some bad choices. We're actually helping her out and get a new man.
All right. It's Cat Claw. What are you doing?
I put that back in the gen chat just so we can preserve what you just said.
What?
Look at it. Read it.
So what? You got a knife or a sword?
Sword, but they're
Do you
15
know what
feet
I
away.
meant?
I do know what you meant.
You were standing right next to the one guy though. You could
Yeah,
go ahead
yeah.
and like cut his head
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, you can mess that dude up.
His name is Harrison.
Why did I-
Why do we keep on getting this information that we're not going to get really because he's going to be dead before he can say anything?
We know this, but our characters don't. So our characters are not going to feel any guilt.
Thank you so much.
I would actually feel even more happy once I know his name's Harrison because that name's terrible.
Okay. So
Poor
I'm
Harrison.
gonna take Belladonna and try and, I guess, whack his head off.
But what are you doing?
He's cutting his head off.
Is your sword's Belladonna?
My short sword,
So
yes.
yeah, okay,
Okay.
So you're attacking with Belladonna. Roll me a d20, and then you add 5 to whatever it is.
I think I had 5. I'll tell you that. Oh, I got a nat 1.
Oof.
It's if I remember correctly, it's Cat Claw and Umbra on one side, and Theo and Reggie on the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But didn't you say nat 1 was the critical thing?
Yeah, it's a-
yeah. So
but the
listen
bad
to
one.
what's about to happen.
Bad critical.
Cover your face, Umbra. Cover it.
So Cat Claw sees everything happening, and during the ruckus, the missiles have hit the wall. The one dude has his face melted off. Cat Claw unsheathes her sword, Belladonna, and she goes, "Belladonna, be swift!" And she closes her eyes as she swings. And guard number 1, otherwise known as Harrison, just kind of lightly ducks, and she does a full 360. And as she's doing her 360, she catches Umbra on the side a little bit, cutting her for 1 damage.
I thought a nat 1 was critical to the other person.
It's a critical miss. Is what
A
a nat
critical
Yeah,
is.
miss.
if you get a 20, something
Well, I
awesome
didn't
happens.
know that.
And if you get a 1, something really terrible happens.
I know.
Generally.
Context clues.
Sorry, Umbra.
It's the
Reggie,
context clues.
Reggie,
And
we need a little help here.
now that all of this has happened, the 3 ruffians, or 2 now.
No,
Two.
you reference.
Oh no, there's still 3.
No,
Those are
There's
Two
3.
ones
There's
dead.
there's 3 total. There's
Oh,
1
yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
bar,
Yeah.
and then the 2 still
Got-
standing, and then Mister, I
Gotcha.
had my face
Yep.
melted off.
It's
Yeah.
dead.
Okay.
You said he was
They
dead.
immediately come at you, the 2 of them, and the 3rd one is pulling his dagger out. We'll start with
So he's
the one
not
at the bar.
standing to the
We'll
side.
start with Harrison. He's pulled his dagger out after Catclaw very, very clearly, completely missed everything where his head is. And
Wouldn't kill him anyway.
he, oh no, he tries to take a stab at Umbra, and Shanks immediately. Umbra sees it and dodges to the side. And then number 3 is running towards going to. It's Umbra and Cat on one side, Theo and Reggie on the other, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and the 2 are coming at
We're
you.
on
from-
his. He's
Well,
facing the bar. We're on his right,
technically,
and they're on his left.
Theo Wolf is behind him because he just did the.
Oh yeah. But
great
the
tightening
the
maneuver.
2 guys are coming. The way I have it in my head is Cat and Umbra are north of you, and the 2 guys are north of them to the left.
Okay.
So we're closer to them than what
What?
they are.
As I picture a rectangle, Theo, Reggie, bottom of the rectangle, Umbra, Cat on the left side of the rectangle. And then the guys are just up from Umbra and Cat to the left, sitting at a table.
Okay.
Okay. So the first of the 2 guys is less than happy. You didn't know this, but that was his best friend that just had his face melted off. They grew up together, did their pre-K and everything together.
Well, now they can do it together.
And he takes a big swing with a rapier, 14 at Catclaw.
Mm-hmm.
Does it's your armor class is what I need to know.
My armor class.
It's a 16. It doesn't hit. I just wanted you to look and see.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm trying to hit at you, I'll roll 20, and then you say if it hits or not. If it's 16, it hits. If it meets it, it beats it. So if it's 16 and up hits, 15 and below does not. So he takes a big swing, and Catclaw ducks her head, and he makes contact with the bar, and Bart in the background's like, "Hey, come on!" And then in the meantime, the 3rd guy runs up, and he's got eyes for Umbra. He takes his rapier, and he's gonna just try to stab her, and he comes with a 15.
Hits.
He sees what's happening. He during the other guy whiffing at Cat, just runs in, and you slide to the side so he doesn't catch you in the middle, but he just kind of hits you in the hip for 2 damage.
So you've
And
got
now-
what, 4 damage so far? Umbra.
I think 3, because the other one was just 1, wasn't it?
Oh, okay. So 3 damage so far. Okay.
Yep.
And it is Reginald's turn.
All right. I'm going to, as a bonus action, cast Healing Light on Umbra for 1d6. 4.
Nice.
And
Ray of
then-
light comes out of the sky, but you're inside a bar. But it just a crazy bright light, and it engulfs Umbra, and she looks at her hip as the wounds start to cover themselves and completely heal, and Umbra feels more than rejuvenated. Umbra, go ahead and give yourself a advantage.
Inspiration.
Does this freak those guys out because she just miraculously healed?
Well, this is all happening. This is all happening real fast. I mean, I am miraculous, but
Okay. Let me ask a question here. Because he did a bonus action, and I looked in my bonus actions, and it says actions in combat, 2 weapon fighting. So what does that mean?
that means if you have 2 daggers, you can't do it with a rapier. But if you had 2 daggers, you can stab with both of them.
What if you have a short sword and a dagger?
It's got to be 2 daggers. You can't.
No, a short sword is one-handed. She's right.
Oh, really? Okay.
Do I have a dagger?
Should have. Everybody has.
I think everybody has a dagger.
Well, she renamed
Forget that. You
everything.
have a dagger on your staff, so don't forget about that.
No, She doesn't. She
this-
has a short
No,
that's
sword.
Dad does. I'm reminding
Yeah.
Dad that he has a
Yeah.
dagger on his staff.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Mom has a short sword, a net, a crossbow, a longbow, and her fists. She does not have another dagger.
What do I have in my back? Crowbar.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
you could. Short sword in one hand, crowbar in the other. It would be a bludgeoning attack for sure.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
So-
Cat Claw is like, after everything's happening and Umbra's getting healed, Cat Claw is like, oh, hang on. And she's like smacking her backpack, and then she like reaches in and grabs a crowbar. So she's got short sword one hand, crowbar the other.
Right.
And then
But it's whose turn is it?
it's still my turn.
Okay.
So I did a bonus action, so that means I still have an action. Let's do. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the dude that has been hit with the magic missile.
Okay. So I've got these
Actually,
guys.
no.
I've got
Take that back.
I've got these guys in order. Number 1 being the guy that was close to you. Number 2, and then 3 is the one that got his face melted off, and number 4 is the one that took the damage.
Yeah. Let's do the. Okay, I'm gonna switch that. I'm gonna do the. Doom.
Don't you have to roll something?
No, you have to roll
I-
something.
What do I have to roll?
You have to roll a Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, it says on the thing. What die is it?
It's a. Well, no, you have the.
Oh my god. Toll
have
the
to know
Why does he
Dead.
need to
Toll
roll?
the Dead is what it is, and it's 1d8.
No. You have to roll a Wisdom saving throw. So you have to roll a d20.
Yeah, the target must succeed 1d8. Or
No. What are you talking about?
it
Yeah,
says-
Wisdom saving throw. Roll a d20, and then add his Wisdom modifier.
Does an 8 make it?
A no. A no. It does not.
Okay.
And he takes 12 damage.
All this is going on, and ruffian number 3, after taking his wild swing, looks around, and everything is starting to get blurry, like he's looking through pixelated glass. And his feet lightly come off the ground a few inches, and he outreaches his arms, like trying to gesture for help. And this is all in a couple seconds. And you see the air around him start to vibrate violently. And as it's vibrating, he starts to shake, and you see his mail and his greaves and everything start to crush a little bit. And he wasn't wearing a helmet, and you see his head start to compact in. And then his skull explodes, and his brain hits the ceiling and then hits the ground.
That's gross.
And then can I like do a kind of like a free action to be like, I'm gonna look back at Bart, be like, I'm very sorry about this, sir. We're just here to take care of the ruffians. We're almost done.
Bart looks at you. He looks at the liquid and blood that's on the ceiling, and then
We'll clean that.
looks down at the brain. He looks at you and he goes, are you gonna take care of this?
Yeah, of course. Certainly.
Yeah, we'll clean up.
Alright. I'm done.
And we are back to Umbra.
So, how many are left?
2. And then there were 2.
The guy right next to us.
One next to us and one coming from the table. So they're all within 15 feet. One
Well,
of
they're
them is
all on
within
us now
arm's reach.
because they've all tried to.
They are all.
Yeah,
They're right next to you.
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
So I guess I would back up a little bit, and since I guess stab him again with the dagger is all I can think to do.
Do you have 2 daggers?
The
Why
one
don't you
at the
stab
bar
them a couple
or-
times?
I have 2 daggers, like a 2-handed stab, maybe on either side of the neck. Frankenstein the neck.
She does not have.
I have 2 daggers.
Oh, she does have 2 weapon fighting. Okay, are
Yeah, I think
you
everybody has 2
attacking,
weapon fighting.
already stab man or the other guy?
Already stabbed.
Okay, first action, roll me a hit die.
That would be 15.
Roll me damage.
And that is a D4 plus 1, right?
Yes.
So that would be 5.
And that's your first action. So after stabbing, missiles melted off faces, people have swung. It's insane. Brains have hit ceilings. Umbra looks and immediately just stabs again, right in his side, right next to where she stabbed him the first time. And Harrison's like, really? Taking 5 damage. And now I would recommend you use your second.
Actually, I already rolled and I got an 18 on that.
Alright, roll your damage.
3.
As he's like, oh, really? Umbra just makes complete eye contact and maintains it as she stabs him directly in the heart. And Harrison collapses to the floor.
No, she Frankensteined him.
Frankensteined him.
Oh, you Frankensteined him with... No, she already stabbed him inside. You can't Frankenstein
No,
him.
Yeah,
I
no,
said
she
I was
stabbed him in the
Frankensteining
neck.
him.
Yeah.
And
The
then
side
she's
of
gonna
the
stab
neck.
him in the neck. Twice. Like this.
Yeah.
And then the knives come out like Frankenstein?
Harrison looked at the bar, and there just happened to be 2 very large bolts And he grabs each bolt and plugs the holes on his neck with the bolts, stops the bleeding, and turns into Mary Shelley. He's not Frankenstein, he's the monster. Frankenstein is the doctor that created the monster. Thank you.
That's what I mean, Frankenstein, and Frankenstein is the one who did the bolt.
Yeah.
You say he
Yeah,
was
okay,
Frankenstein.
okay, he's super dead. You won. You did it.
Yeah.
And now it is Theowolf's turn. You still have one guy. He just took a swing at Catclaw and completely whiffed.
Yonder dead bandit resembles Mary Shelley much to me.
It's like, it's crazy. I'm super good at writing 1800s horror.
Well, if I were to use mage, is that like a single action, or can I double that up with something else I would
that
do?
would be your action.
Well, we don't want to do that. I do have a double attack. Okay. So
I see you have a dagger. You do not have... Oh, and stabby staff. So you're not holding stabby staff and the dagger at the same time. The stabby staff is a two-handed weapon.
okay.
So you do not get two attacks.
I do have a dagger,
You do have a dagger.
and I also have a bear.
Oh my god. Please. Is this what we're doing?
Yes. I have my bear trap winging by the chain, locked and loaded in one hand, and I have got my daring dagger in the other hand, and I am coming after yon villain.
No, you don't. The bear trap is heavy and metal. It's one thing. You don't get to attack with a bear trap and a dagger. And with the bear trap, I need a... Let's go athletics check.
What do we roll?
You roll a d20 and then your athletics is +3. So roll a d20 and add 3.
Okay. Winnie is hitting the table, and we got a 3.
The other guy sees everything that's happening and makes eye contact with Theowolf as he grabs the chain to his bear trap and swings it over his head like a, not shot put, but what's the one where the ball's on the chain?
Like a mace.
No, it's an Olympic sport. The ball's like on a chain. It's not shot
Hammer
put.
throw?
The name of that.
Hammer throw.
Hammer
Yeah.
throw. Yeah.
And he pulls his bear trap and does like a light hammer throw and chucks it. And there's one more side window, and the bear trap goes straight through the side window. And Bart in the background's like, "Come on!" And now,
And
It is
unbeknownst to the
Cat's
ruffian
turn.
outside the window.
Oh, wait,
Now-
I have a double attack. I'm still stabbing with my dagger.
no,
No, he's not letting you do that.
no,
You have it.
your one action was the bear trap action.
A bear trap is a two-handed weapon. Really?
Exactly. You had to hammer throw it. It's not light; it's heavy metal. Like you can't have a dagger in one hand.
I'm
You're-
7 feet tall, dude.
Yeah, but you're a fruity tootie from like Harvard. Like you're not jacked.
No, I'm not. I'm a wanderer. I spent my life living
So-
off the land, making my dwelling places, chopping down trees, wrestling bears. Yeah.
He's like, hey, it's really awesome how I built this garden as he watches his slaves till the garden. And with that, it is Cat Claw's turn.
Okay.
Seriously, I am wandering.
You wander all
So-
over the place, far enough to find a sweet bear trap that you just chuck through a window.
Yeah. And then Salem just
Let's
wondering
see.
how you think you're going to be using a bear trap and a knife at the same time.
So,
If he had rolled it, I would have let it happen.
is there a limited amount of times you can use the bonus actions?
Once a turn.
Once a
Once-
turn.
It's once per your actions.
And
Alright.
there are several things that can be bonus actions, but each turn you can only use a single bonus action.
Well, I'll do the 2-weapon fighting with my short sword and my crowbar.
Okay, roll me a d20.
Oh my gosh, it's a 1.
Again?
Again.
It
So
seems
it's
like
Okay,
the dice-
after
six.
Cat Claw
Didn't
has got
you
her
go to
crowbar
dice
and a
rolling
dagger,
school?
she kind of pumps herself up a little bit, and she immediately goes to stab the guy. And as she's going to stab, she steps on like a little pebble on the ground and slides down, and then stabs Umbra in the side for 1 damage.
Sorry, I'm doing so bad.
And then Cat Claw squares herself up, and you're hitting with the crowbar. Roll the same as you would for the dagger.
I don't know what I would roll for a dagger.
It's whatever your dagger is.
I don't
So
know.
for the
I don't have
dagger,
a
so
dagger.
you roll a d20.
Okay. Come on. Oh, that's better. The dice 17. I don't know if you had anything to it or not.
Oh, that definitely hits. And now you roll a because you don't have a dagger, so you're attacking with your short sword is what you have. So now you roll
Oh, that'd be short
you
sword.
roll a d6 plus 3.
No, this is a crowbar.
Yeah, I know.
It's a crowbar.
I told her to roll
Okay.
the same as a short sword.
Okay.
So that would be a 7.
After he just kind of comically like glances down and like watches you like kind of pierce through Umbra's armor and cut her a little bit. It's just like, ah! And as that happens, you see the opening and you take the crowbar with your left hand. The bar is on the right. And swing down violently, catching across the head. Metal meets flesh. I don't think I need to go into detail, but his entire face is blown open and he falls to the ground.
Yay!
That was all the ruffians in there, right?
Yep, you have successfully killed all of the ruffians.
So I'm going to turn to Bart
Mm-hmm.
and say, would you mind getting us a broom and a mop and some rags, and we'll clean this mess up.
Here's a broom and a mop. Do you know anything about glass? I've got 2 windows that are gone now.
Is there a glazier here in this city?
Wait, we only broke one window.
No, we broke 2.
No, we
You
broke
broke
Bear
the
trap.
main picture window, and then Dad threw his bear trap through the second window.
How do we
You
break
didn't
the main
hear what I
picture window?
said, though. Unbeknownst to everybody, there was a ruffian outside that window, and the bear trap clapped on his face.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
You also didn't, because I had to mute our mics. I told your dad, I said, okay, what we could do is the guy at the bar starts to stand up. You put the bear trap on his seat, and we shove him down.
Oh my god. This is
We
really
didn't-
good. We're gonna be 10 years down the road doing this game. It's gonna be like, in what other ways can we utilize this bear trap?
You have to admit, it's kind of humorous.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to the general store and get windows to replace 2 windows. We're going to clean up
Clean up the mess.
all of the
Because we want to endear ourselves to the townspeople.
all of
Don't
the
do that.
remains that are there. we're telling Bart behind the bar that if any ruffians ever come in there causing trouble again, just to get word to us, come and take care of it. That
You know,
and
they were just sitting there having a meal and eating food. There was literally zero trouble until you came into the bar.
Sorry, we were kind of contracted out to take care of the ruffians.
yeah, it was our
From
They're
understanding.
not
who?
exactly good
From,
dudes.
It was our understanding from speaking to several prominent people in your town that these ruffians have been causing a great deal of
What
trouble.
prominent people? They were having dinner. Harrison has a family and now he's dead, and Johnson doesn't have a face anymore.
Wait, so we can burn the whole town down then, right? Because all the people suck.
Okay. So we have to ask you this: these people that we just did away with were part of a notorious evil gang. You're actually supporting them now. Are you a part of this gang too?
I don't support him. I support whoever gives me money.
Oh, okay. Well, we're giving you money now. We're fixing your bar back up.
And we want some dinner.
Yeah. And now your folks here are having a nice dinner. They don't have to worry about getting ruffianed up by the raucous ruffian. So
But
actually,
Bart's like, okay, I'll cook you some food and we can chat. And he goes into the kitchen and comes back and brings out 4 French dips and puts them in front of you all.
What's a French dip?
It's a beef sandwich that you dip
Oh,
in an
that you
au jus
dip into
sauce.
the.
It's
Yeah.
beef with an au jus sauce.
Anjou,
Anjou.
Okay.
Anjou, a cooker of beef.
So Bart has gone back and brought you your French dips and set one in front of each of you.
We've cleaned the bar.
Yeah, we cleaned the bar and
We got the windows
the
fixed.
workman came in from the general store and got the windows fitted in, and
And now there's no draft in it like there was before.
and now
So this is like the end of the day then,
Yeah.
if we've
Right.
waited around for all this to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
And right
Well,
now
I mean,
it's
you all just walked in and murdered 4 people.
that's because the eye in the sky made us think that we were supposed to.
You told us to do this because
I
you
did
were the one
not.
controlling.
Do you
Because you're the
not.
one controlling
I
favorite.
told you that there were raucous ruffians. I told you that there were raucous ruffians in the bar. I did not tell you to walk in and immediately murder them.
No, you didn't say
Do
how,
you-
but
do you-
Faye
do you
Brand was very
detect
keen on
the-
getting rid of him.
Do you detect a character trait in the person who runs this world? There seems to be a bit of dichotomy going on. Because on the one hand, his story is in one vein.
Beowulf is smited and he can't speak anymore.
Sorry, okay, let's go find the rest of the ruffians and let's sit down with them and have a nice talk, and we're just going to show them the error of their ways through discourse.
Bart's like, after you replace the windows and you eat your French dips and you're all chilling, he's like, yeah, it's crazy. It's, that guy's name was let's go with Jack. That guy's name was Jackson. He was Marta's main consort.
Oh.
Does Marta run the ruffians?
I can't say for sure, but Marta runs everything.
Wait, so but you said he's her main consort. Do you mean like her boy toy?
That is what a consort is.
No, it could mean several things.
Marta's got
it
a
can't.
boy toy.
No, it
Marta's
can't.
got a boy toy.
Not anymore. She doesn't because we killed him.
A consort is basically
Marta lost her boy
like
toy.
a mistress, only the male version. Luke's looking it up right now because he doesn't believe me. A concert is a male mistress.
No,
A concert is a
it's like
music thing. A
Consort.
consort.
That's what I said.
Yeah, it is right there. You said concert. It's
No,
fine.
I didn't. I said consort.
We have a recording of
yeah,
all this.
You actually did say concert a
It is
second
the
ago.
wife, husband, or companion.
my
in
God.
Yeah, we got
house
it.
of a
Okay,
reigning
okay,
monarch.
okay. So
he's like
he was
reigning
the
person there.
he was the main consort of
Yeah, Marta.
Marta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he doesn't have a face.
Yeah, he's dead.
Well,
So
that's what you get for leading a life of crime.
Oh, you know what?
Them's the
absolutely.
breaks.
In the verb part, it is habitually associated with someone, typically with the disapproval of others. We disapprove. It's like you
Yeah.
chose to consort with the enemy.
Yeah.
So we took care of that.
Okay. I'm having trouble putting all that
you
together, but
murdered
whatever.
everything. Bart told you that you just murdered Marta's main consort. Now what do you want to do?
So we're asking Bart, what else can he tell us about Marta? We'd like to know more about.
I mean, apart from the stuff that everybody sees, she's got some guards. And the only reason I'm telling this is because you very, very clearly made up for the damage you caused. I haven't really heard anything except for I heard this on the DL that there's a hatch on the back side of the manor, but I don't know if it leads to garbage or into the house, and other than that, it's fenced in and there's the front gate.
Okay. So kind of sounds like the infinite powers that be are compelling us to check out yonder mansion through this hatch we've found out about. But we've had a good day's work, had a good meal. What do you say we take a rest?
Question.
Yeah.
For the deceased in the town,
Mm,
what do you
okay.
normally do? Like, what happens for these fine gentlemen? Specifically, this consort. What happens with him?
Well, I mean, there's a trough behind the bar. People get murdered in here every day.
So there's not like a burial or a ceremony.
Nah, we usually just throw them in the hot ditch.
Okay.
It's hot because it's always on fire. Get it?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, before we end this, please, all four of you, give me a perception check.
It's a 20, isn't it?
Yeah, roll a d20 and then add whatever your perception is.
$12.
I've got an 18.
Let's see. Perception. 19 total.
Theo?
You still
16.
Umbra, being the most perceptive, didn't miss a hitch and was paying attention and heard him mention the hatch at the back of the manor. And she's like, well, that sounds interesting. Do you know anything else? It's like, hang on. And he reaches below the counter and he goes, I had one of Marta's architects left me this. And he pulls out a little piece of a scroll, and it shows that back hatch is actually a tunnel that leads into a spare bedroom of Marta's mansion.
Ooh. Nice move, Umbra.
And now we can call it.
Yeah, my perception is a +6.
Nice.